Some games don't die because they're bad. In fact, some games die because they succeed, and they can't survive the consequences of that success. Popularity changes incentives, and many developers struggle to adapt when that shift happens. This video isn't about drama, it's not about casuals versus sweats, it's not about nostalgia, and it's not about gatekeeping. This is a video about systems and pressure. Video games are designed and balanced with a specific intent. That intent naturally caters to a developer's target audience. But massive popularity inevitably brings in a much wider group of players, many of whom engage with the game in ways that run directly against that original intent. Early adopters tend to accept friction that mass audiences do not. While both groups may want the same thing, their tolerances and expectations could not be more different. One side sees progression as a grind, another argues that risk is unfair. Failures start getting blamed on bad design. What once created tension now creates complaints, and those complaints are what begin fracturing the community. At the same time, every edge case and exploit gets blasted across social media. The longer an exploit exists, the faster it becomes normalized. Every bad experience turns into content ready to be monetized. Popularity doesn't just expose design flaws, it starts turning them into a public crisis. Collapse usually doesn't happen because a developer changes the core of a game, although that does happen sometimes. More often, it happens because they soften the edges. The core mechanics often remain excellent, but secondary systems begin shifting. Progression, pacing, matchmaking rules, punishment for failure, monetization pressure, enforcement consistency. Each of these changes seem minor in isolation, but they compound over time. Many people treat friction as the enemy of fun, but that's not quite true. Unclear friction is the enemy of fun. When developers can't clearly articulate why something feels frustrating, they often remove it instead of fixing it. And that's where identity erosion begins. Community fracture isn't actually the cause of collapse, but it is one of the major symptoms. You start hearing the same talking points across different games. Sweats are ruining the game. Casuals are ruining the game. Streamers are ruining the game. Just enjoy the game. Stop complaining. These arguments don't appear before systems break down. They only appear after. When incentives are aligned, skill differences can coexist. When incentives break, players start blaming each other, and moral language replaces design discussion. This is the point where criticism becomes toxicity, and analysis gets dismissed as complaining. Games don't die because people complain. They die when valid criticism is treated as a character flaw. Early criticism is preventative. Late criticism might as well be a post-mortem. Ignoring early warning signs does not protect the games that you love. It delays and often ensures their downfall. By the time a casual player can feel that something is wrong, it's already far too late. And if you think concerns from high engagement players won't affect you, time will eventually prove otherwise. Popularity isn't a bad thing. New players entering a franchise or genre is usually a good thing. Streamers aren't causing the problems. They're publicly exposing what was always there. What actually matters is whether developers know who their audience is, have a clear design philosophy, fix systems instead of flattening them, and accept that not every gamer is going to be in their audience. Games don't collapse because they get popular. They collapse because they don't understand how to handle that popularity. What games do you think actually nailed popularity without losing their identity? Drop them in the comments below, and make sure to subscribe for more commentary and analysis. Thank you for watching.